Welcome back to Clark's Ring Rants. Let's get straight into today's video. So I've been thinking, right, where the hell is Joseph Parker? Where is he? Has anybody heard from him? It's been pretty much radio silence since that failed drugs test back in November. There's been no official ban. He made a brief statement at the time, but since then, it's not been addressed. We've not heard anything. But he's still posting on Instagram as normal. He's just going about his business, but there's been no formal announcement. There's been no ban, it appears. There's no fight scheduled. So what is going on with Joseph Parker? What next for him? Just where is he? Where are you, Joseph? So, as we all know, Joseph Parker last October lost. He was stopped in the 11th round by Fabio Wardley, which was a bit of an upset at the time. Many people, including myself, we picked Joseph Parker to win that fight. We thought he'd have more than enough to beat Fabio Wardley and he would move on to become Alexander Usyk's mandatory. He would finally get his world title shot. But that wasn't to be. Fabio Wardley ripped up the script. He hurt Joseph Parker in that 10th round, and then in that 11th round, he proceeded to batter him around the ring. About 4-8 unanswered punches went in from Wardley. Parker was still on his feet, but he was hurt. He was in no condition to continue. He didn't give the ref a reason to let the fight go on. He wasn't throwing any punches back. He was just in survival mode, on the ropes, and Fabio Wardley was crowned the champion. A few weeks after this fight, Alexander Usyk took the shock decision to vacate his WBO title, which meant essentially this fight was for a vacant world title of sorts. Fabio Wardley won, Joseph Parker was on the wrong end of the result. But then, a few weeks after that, it emerged that Joseph Parker had returned an adverse finding in his drugs test. It was a voluntary test he took before the fight, and he tested positive for the white powder, the nose beers, the devil's dandruff. You all know what I'm talking about. He failed the test and it returned showing traces of this. Now, obviously, this was a shocking find. Joseph Parker's a professional athlete. It's the last thing you'd expect him to be doing, taking recreational drugs on the week, days, months before the fight. It's a pretty bizarre one. Obviously, Joseph Parker and his team vehemently deny the charges, deny any wrongdoing, deny taking the substance in question. At the time, Joseph Parker made a statement. It said, "I did not take any prohibited substance. I do not use performance-enhancing drugs." Well, to be honest, it's not technically a performance-enhancing drug, is it? Well, that's up for debate, I guess. "And I do not support the use. I am cooperating fully with the process now underway, and I am confident that the investigation will clear my name. When the investigation is complete, I will speak openly and answer those questions." So maybe that's the reason we've not heard from Joseph Parker in 4 or 5 months now, because the investigation's underway, legal proceedings are in place, certain things can't be said, certain things can be said, so he's just going to wait until this all clears up and then he's going to make an official statement. But like I say, since October, November time, it's been radio silence. We haven't heard anything regarding the failed test from the former WBO heavyweight world champion. And as for people debating whether this is a performance-enhancing drug or whether it's just a recreational drug, yes, technically it is just a recreational drug, but it is a stimulant. And I don't know if you've ever been out, you've been in a bar, you've been in a pub, whatever, you've seen anyone on this substance in question. They are absolutely revved up, fired to go. They want to fight everyone. Their eyes are bulging, they're alert, they're full of energy. So, in a way, I could see how that might aid performance, but I think there'd be more streamlined and more effective ways to take that and get it in your system rather than using this particular recreational drug. So it does just leave a few question marks for me. Did Joseph Parker take this substance willingly? I find it hard to believe such an experienced professional boxer and such an experienced team with the likes of Andy Lee in it. These are all veterans of the boxing game, and I just don't think they'd be stupid enough or naive enough or willing to take a risk on something like this on the week of the fight when there's so much at stake. They've got the world title fight lined up. They've worked so hard to manoeuvre themselves into this position just for it to be gone. And another thing, why would they take a voluntary test? If it was voluntary, my understanding is that means they don't have to take it. They offered their services to the doping agencies, knowing they've got this in the system. It's just not something you'd do. You'd be trying to hide it. You'd be trying to get out of it. But they willingly took the test, obviously under the pretense that they were going to pass it with flying colours. But no, they fail it. So it's just all a bit peculiar. I look forward to seeing what Joseph Parker does. As for his career, I mean, that loss must have taken it out of him. He's right at the back of the queue now. He lost to Fabio Wardley. It was so close. He was on the cusp of that world title shot, but it's a long way back for Parker now. Obviously, he's going to be coming off a ban. He's going to need a tune-up, or is he just going to roll the dice and get back in there in a massive fight straight away? He may have no other option but to do something like that. I mean, where could he go? 34 years of age. He's had a lot of fights. He's been close. Even though he's been a world champion, he's almost been a bit of a nearly man in this generation, Joseph Parker. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a long road back to the top. He's going to have to fight some dangerous contenders like he did in the first place just to get himself back in contention. But at the minute, it's radio silence from Joseph Parker. I'm looking forward to hearing from him. I'm looking forward to getting to the bottom of this. Like I say, there's been a few posts on Instagram, but they've been skirting around the subject. They've had nothing to do with it. So once due process has been complete and followed, we can look forward to hearing from Joseph Parker. But at the minute, he's MIA. He's missing in action. But what do you think? Where is Joseph Parker? What's going on? Is he on a shadow ban? Is he going to get banned? Is there going to be any consequences? Or was it all just a big misunderstanding? Don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe if you're new or you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.